And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Animation Edition. This is season 10, and I'm your host, Ibrahim, aka Mark Brown. And I'm very happy that we've been doing this for 10 seasons already, and it's still going. And today, to celebrate that, we have coming back for his seventh appearance. So you're actually now tied with two other people for the most appearances on the show. So congratulations, Mr. Stanford Clark. How are you?
Hey, how are you? Thank you, and congrats on 10 seasons.
Oh, yeah, well,
So
I appreciate
cool.
it. Thank you.
And I'm honored to be on the show again. Thank you so much for including me, Ibrahim. Always great to see you.
I appreciate it. And you have the for anyone who doesn't know who you are, can you introduce yourself and what your relationship to animation is?
So, lifelong animation fan. I
Excuse me.
for many years was a writer on the Animation Fascination blog, but I still do podcasting with my good friend Mark Vibert there on Animation Fascination. And I have a movie blog myself. It's and a podcast. I call it Movies Past and Present. And I've had the pleasure of having Ibrahim as a guest on it too, which has been so much fun.
We did,
Uh,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
I
So
forgot
so
about
anyway,
that.
love movies, love animation, and very happy to be here.
And you love Disney too. I
I
noticed
love
your
Disney.
Figment
Yeah, see my
toy in the back.
favorite.
Yeah.
I got that
Nice.
uh from a friend. It's one of those. It was one of those where you had to like wait in a 6 hour line or something hideous, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Better
at
him than
that.
you. Yeah.
I know, right? So anyway,
And for anyone else who's new to this game show, this is a 12 question multiple choice game show about anything even remotely related to the field of animation. As long as Stanford keeps getting questions right, he goes higher up the ladder. Once he gets one wrong, that's the end of the game. And he leaves with the last number points from last safe haven. He has three lifelines to help him 50-50, get rid of two wrong answers, a phone a friend if he chooses. He can call us on for help, or an Ask the Expert. This season, our expert is Mr. Sean Nasuidi, who's one of the two millionaire winners we had last season, and he's also won this game show another time previously, so he's our first two-time winner. I've asked him. He's a animation fan, movie blogger, movie film critic. I've asked him all the questions on this show, and Stanford can see how he answered, decide if he wants to go with that or not. If Stanford gets to the million and wins $100 Amazon gift card. If not, if no one gets to the million, top five players will come back for a second chance to win. And if still no one gets to the million, the winner will be whoever has the highest total points for both rounds and get a $50 Amazon gift card. And Stanford, you also last season, you weren't a contestant, but you were the expert. So I guess my question I have is, how was that experience like being the expert as opposed to the contestant, and which did
you
you
know,
prefer?
I enjoyed it a lot. I think I would, it was probably more enjoyable being the expert in it, not the stress.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I also think I guess maybe there was a little stress, or just or maybe just more internal pressure, just in that I wanted to do a good job. I wanted, and I was happy that when I knew the answer, I was very happy. I could help. I felt
Yeah,
sad on some of the ones that I couldn't answer, but that's just
I'm
how
sure everyone who played last season were very happy to have you as their
well, I
lifeline.
hope so. It was really I had a great time. It's
Yeah,
always just great to participate in it anyway.
like I said, we had two winners last season. It was the first time that this
Yeah.
ever happened. So part of that is must be your help. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And
I hope I help.
in honor of the 10th season, what I'm asking everyone, all the contestants are, I started this game show in 2015. So I guess my question I have is, what would you say your favorite animated film is that was released from 2015 to the present?
You know, probably I think it's hard to beat from 2016, if I'm not mistaken, Moana and Zootopia, both from Walt Disney
Okay.
Animation. Because I thought that having both of those films come out in the same year was actually remarkable.
Hmm.
Because the films both were so good in their own regard.
Hmm.
I think I like Zootopia a little bit more, but
Hmm.
but they're both, I think, just home runs as far as I'm
Okay,
concerned.
awesome. If anyone hasn't seen them, go check them out.
Yes, absolutely. They're on Disney
Uh,
Plus.
they're on Disney Plus. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Stanford, are you ready to play Millionaire?
Let's do this thing.
Let's do this. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you see it. Excuse me. Can you
Yes.
see the Millionaire screen? Let me just hide this. Okay, cool. And I'm going to start the slideshow. You see my screen?
Yes. Looks good.
Awesome. That's much better. Okay. And click. There we go. That's your ladder of points. But the other ones are your benchmarks. Once you get to those, you can't lose them no matter what. And everyone, this is Sean Masudi. Stanford's already read this, but you could pause the video to read his little intro and see what his strengths and weaknesses are. And check out his blog, the Rhode Island Movie Corner at
I love his
rimoviecorner.blogspot.com.
picture there too.
It's in the
Walt
Guardians of the
Disney World.
Galaxy,
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy.
the
Yeah.
roller coaster. Yeah. I don't do roller coasters really, but I went on cause I don't like drops. So I went on that one after doing a lot of research to see whether or not it has drops, and it was always described to me as not having drops, but kind of like it's like you're going up and down hills, which I thought I could, tolerate. So I went on it, and I was able to tolerate it, but it's definitely the most intense roller coaster I've been on. I had
Oh, really?
kept my
Okay.
eyes shut the whole time. So
Well, and the car spin, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been on it yet. I'm anxious
Oh,
to
okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, you like it, yeah. I don't mind the car spinning and I don't mind going backwards in the speed. It's what I don't like is drops. So
the
that
drops.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I don't do roller coasters really. And that's why I gave up Splash Mountain. I retired that after like, 15 years ago or something.
Yeah, that final drop is well, there's some other drops in the ride too.
Yeah, the other ones aren't too bad. The final one is that
Yeah,
one
that's a
gets me.
doozy.
All right, Stanford, let's start 500 points.
Okay.
What is the title of the animated 2005 Blue Sky Studios film about a mechanical inventor who goes to the big city to work for his idol? Is it called Automatic Automatons, Computerized People, Robots, or Mechanical Thingamajigs?
As much as I like particularly D, mechanical themajigs, I'm going with C, robots. Final answer.
And I forgot to say nothing's final to say final answer, so take your time, but I think you know your answer is correct. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robots is one of the what I would say one of Blue Sky's better films, and I think it's in my top three Blue Sky films.
It's so clever. And I
Hmm
love, I really admire the work of William Joyce, who's
hmm
the uh, illustrator and author of a lot of books. He's the one who I guess wrote, but also drew A Day with Wilbur Robinson, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Me the Robinsons. Anyway,
hmm
he does cool work. So I particularly enjoyed the animation in Robots. Yeah, I thought it was really
And
a clever
well,
movie.
it's interesting, like you said, 'cause William Joyce, he's done like one his works have been adapted like he's at least four different studios because he had Meet the
Yeah,
Robinsons with Disney. He's had Rise of the Guardians
yeah,
with
Rise of the Guardians, DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. He's at
Yeah,
Epic with
all right, with
Epic
Blue
is
Sky.
Blue Sky, yeah, and
Yeah,
if Robots too. So it's like he just goes all over.
yeah, he goes all right. He's prolific,
And it's really good. So
really
yeah,
creative guy. Yeah,
good old Mr. Joyce. All right, Stanford, the next one to 1,000 points. I have to remind you if you get that wrong, you leave with nothing. I don't think that's going to happen. Just have to remind you. It's never
fingers
happened
crossed.
before. Let's just say that. So 1,000 points. Let's go. What is Tiana's biggest dream in the animated 2009 Disney canon film, The Princess and the Frog? Is it to discover buried treasure, to explore an English castle, to write a children's novel, or to open her own restaurant?
You know, Tiana's such a great character. Those are all, fun choices, but I know for sure it's D, open her own restaurant. Final answer. Because she's almost there, you know?
She's almost there. If you've seen the movie, you get the reference. Your
Yeah.
answer is correct. Congratulations. You
Whew.
have 1,000 points no matter what you do
Glad to at
today.
least make it to the thousand point.
Excuse me.
I
Like
get
you said,
nervous, that I'm gonna blow it at the 500 point level.
hey, there's a reason you're here for seven different times because you're good. So,
Oh,
and you were the millionaire once, so that's even more proof. But yeah, almost like you say, that's her, I want song about her dream,
yeah,
her wanting to open her own restaurant. Her father was a yeah, the cook and inspired her to open her own restaurant. So that's why she works like very hard hours,
she works so hard.
trying to get that.
Yeah,
And now they're Princess and the Frog is a movie I don't. It's not one I really like a lot, but
no, I
what I
don't care.
love is the animation. Well,
Yeah,
seeing the hand-drawn animation. Remember, this came in 2009. This was
yes,
after Disney said, Home on the Range would be the last uh
Yeah.
2D animated film. And then seeing up until that point, I never really had a preference of which I like better, hand drawn or computer animation. I like both. But then when I saw Princess and the Frog, like seeing that hand drawn animation again after that long those 5 years or so, it felt
Yeah.
like a breath of fresh air. That turned me over to the side. Okay, I definitely love hand drawn way more.
Yeah. I'm with you. When seeing it on the big screen, it just made me realize how much I miss,
Hmm.
seeing hand drawn animation. Uh, I, for me, I had issues with the story.
Hmm.
I
Definitely, yeah.
I thought the animation was nice, and Tiana, I think, is just an absolute fantastic character. I was sad that she had to spend half the film as a frog, and also, uh, some other stuff happens, particularly like in the kind of like the end of the second act, like blah. So anyway, story issues for me, but wow, uh, lots of good stuff in the Prince and the Frog too. And speaking of Splash Mountain, I'm looking forward to riding Tiana's Bayou
Tiana's
Adventure.
Bayou Adventure. Are you
Yeah,
gonna? I know it's opening here in Magic Kingdom
yeah,
in
in
June, I think.
June, and
I
I
don't know about
probably
Disneyland.
riding at Disneyland first, but we'll see when it opens.
Hmm.
Sometime
So,
this year, supposedly.
uh,
Yeah.
part of me wants to go on it just because I want to see, what the animatronics are, what the story is. But like I
Right.
said, I've already retired that ride because I can't
So
handle
yeah,
the last ride.
the
So if
ride's
there's
been
a way like I
retired.
could like go like as a drone or something and go through it,
That's right.
that'd be great.
There'll be
But
a lot of YouTubers,
yeah, yeah,
filming it. So
I have to
you'll
watch their
you'll see. Yeah.
videos or something. All right, Stanford, you're doing amazing. 1,000 points. You have all your lifelines. Let's keep going. 2,000 points.
Okay.
Which English actress voices the supervillain Gru's mother in the animated 2010 Illumination Entertainment film Despicable Me? Is it Julie Andrews, Maggie Smith, Vanessa Redgrave, or Judi Dench?
Oh, this one's tricky
Take
because
your time. You have lifelines.
yeah, I'm not a huge um Despicable Me fan.
Mhm.
I saw I saw this. Um and um I'm thinking it's going to be either A, Julie Andrews, or C, Vanessa Redgrave. I don't think it was Maggie Smith, and I really don't think it was Judi Dench either. And I'm kind of thinking it was Julie Andrews. I I mean, I hate to use it at this point, but I probably need to use the 50-50, uh, just to make sure that
Mhm.
I'm not messing up again. I hate to use it so early, but I also don't want to get kicked out either. This
So,
early.
hey, that's what they're
Yeah,
for. So,
may I please use a 50-50?
no. Okay, yes. Yes, you may. Like I said, that's what lifelines are for. So, let's
Yeah.
get rid of two wrong answers for you, Julie Andrews or Maggie Smith.
Okay. So that was good. I'm gonna go with A, Julie Andrews' final answer, and let's hope that I'm not
No
um
worries. You
messed
weren't
up.
very you weren't very familiar with this. You used the 50-50. You were thinking it's either Julie Andrews or Vincent Redgrave, and Julie Andrews was who you're leaning towards, and thankfully she was still there. Is it Julie Andrews? Your answer is correct. Good job.
Whew. Oh,
Excuse me. Yeah, she plays Gru's mother in the first Despicable Me movie as well as all the sequels
the
and the
sequels.
Minions film.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Despicable Me 4, which hasn't come out yet. She might be in that. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, if
besides that,
she
she's been in everything else. Every time
right.
else she's voiced the character.
Okay.
I know Julie Andrews has kind of taken a step back from like appearing on film acting, and
Yes.
her last maybe 10 plus years of acting has just been like voice roles, and this is one of them. And I'm sure she gets a
Oh.
lot of money from the Despicable Me
Yeah, I'm
franchise.
sure it's very lucrative for probably not a ton of hours of work. And she's just so wonderful, and in everything she does.
She's the British voice.
Yeah, yeah, she is.
I,
Well, I'm
I,
glad at least I made it up a level, but still wish it were a little higher before I just use a lifeline. But
hey, no worries. It's better to get it
life
right
goes
than get it
on.
wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
I like What was I gonna say? I enjoy the Despicable Me. I like the franchise overall, but like, four Despicable Me movies and two Minions films, it's just a lot. It's
Yeah,
again
it's a
like
lot.
Trolls. I could see is good working that way too, but
Yeah.
overall, I like the characters of Despicable Me, and I actually like the Minions. I don't dislike them, but I know here in Universal Studios here in Orlando, they've made like a whole Minion area. So like,
I
there's a recent ride attraction in Minions, like it's like a shooter thing, and it takes place within the Minions movie series. I'm not too fond of that ride, but they just have a lot of Minion stuff over there.
I'm just aware that it exists. I haven't seen it in
Mhm.
person. But yeah, Minions, I think Despicable Me 4 is going to be probably one of the biggest box office hits this summer. I just
Yeah,
people
that's
love
kind
it.
of how it is because
People love
families
it.
want to see a movie, and
Yeah.
that's a choice, so they're going to see
Yeah,
it.
exactly. And
So
hopefully it'll be good, or the fans are going to be happy.
hopefully we'll see.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, Stanford, you had to use a
Happy I got this
lifeline.
answer right. Now we'll
I'm
see
ha
what no one else in store.
I'm happy too. You had to use a lifeline, but you still have two more. You
Ugh.
could ask Sean, and oh, I forgot to mention when you get to 32,000, you will have the fourth lifeline, the double dip.
Oh,
So
that's right.
don't forget
Okay.
about that. That allows you two chances at answering a question.
Okay.
So let's keep going. 5,000 points. Which animated Leica film famously features characters with buttons for eyes? Is it Kubo and the Two Strings, Coraline, the Box Trolls, or Paranorman?
You know, thankfully I know this one and super creepy effect too. It's B, Coraline, final answer.
Well, you did not need a lifeline for this. Was that a smart
No,
move? Your
at least I
answer
hope I
is
didn't. I hope I did.
correct. Good job. You know your stuff.
Okay. Oh, you know, I thought the butt knife people were so creepy. I guess which was the intent, right?
Mhm.
Uh,
The
uh
other family. Yeah.
yeah, that other family really effective. Whoop.
I saw this movie only once and it was nearer when it came out, so it's been a while. So it's one
Yeah,
I definitely need to rewatch, but I do remember. I don't think I was creeped out by them, but I remember them having buttons for eyes, which
yes.
which is a good nod to the filmmakers. Like, congratulations, you made me remember that.
I, I'm with you, Ibrahim. I think I've only seen Coraline once, maybe twice.
Mhm,
I thought it was a good film. They did a
mhm.
really nice job. And let me just be perfectly clear. I get creeped out really easily. So, it could have been like totally non-scary, and I would still been like, ugh.
No,
So,
I think Coraline is known for being pretty scary, so you're in
yeah.
no one's gonna judge you for
Okay.
that.
Thank
Nice.
you.
All right, you're doing amazing. Still have the two experts. Let's keep going. 10,000 points.
Okay.
What subject does Katie want to study in college in the animated 2021 Sony animation film The Mitchells versus the Machines? Is it astronomy, English literature, film studies, or mathematics?
Yeah, I have seen this film, and uh, I I really think Katie wants to study films. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she wants to be a director. Um, because I think she's filming a lot of the stuff as it's happening, as I recall, or she's making movies. Uh, I really don't think it's astronomy or mathematics. The other thing that could possibly be English lit, but I really don't think she was like bookish. I think she was into movies. So I I hate to use a lifeline, and I don't wish to be overly cocky, but I'm gonna go with C, film studies. Final answer,
How much percent sure are you?
85%.
Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah. Again, this one you're not 100% sure of, but if you get it right, you keep going. If you get it wrong, that's the end of the game.
This
Did
the end of the game.
Does
And
Katie want to
again,
study film studies? Your Answer
I
is
can't even watch.
correct. Good
Ah,
job.
kills me.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, you're totally right. Everything you said was
Okay.
right. Throughout the film, she's recording everything because she's
Yeah,
big into film and she wants to go to the film school to study, film.
right. That's why she's
So the college of
that's
film,
why
yeah.
they're moving her, right? I mean,
That's
they're
why they're
taking her,
moving her. Yeah,
yeah, they're
correct.
taking her out to film school. Okay.
I like this movie, and I know everyone fell in love with this movie. This movie came out the same year as Ron's Gone Wrong, and they both had very similar
Similar.
messages and stories.
Yes.
And for me, I really love Ron's Gone Wrong. Like I haven't loved an animated movie like I when I like that in a
Oh,
long
nice.
time.
Yeah.
So I kind of prefer that over Mitchell's vs. Machines, even though everyone else would disagree with me. But I still
Yeah.
like Mitchell's vs. Machines.
Uh, yeah, that's really an interesting point. Is and that's true. They came out the same year. You just
Yeah.
wonder how
Hmm.
sometimes that works out. Uh, I remember, yeah, they're both clever, and I remember I think enjoying both. Yeah.
I think there's
Uh,
a whole list of like movies that are like a list of like movies that come out um like within the same year and that have like similar premises. Like 2006, you had The Prestige, Christopher Nolan's Prestige, and you had The Illusionist. Both were like old-timey
yes.
magician movies. 2013, you had White House Down with Channing Tatum, and you had Olympus Has Fallen as well, both about like the
Yes.
White House being
White House. Yeah.
attacked. So there's like I think there's a Wikipedia page for this. So it's kind of interesting to look at. Like,
That
oh
is
yeah,
interesting. Yeah. You
all
just,
these movies just come out at the same time and are
yeah, at the same time,
similar.
we're like, what came first? And does someone
Yeah.
copy another movie or
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah. Who knows? But
Well, and
anyway,
famously back in the day, it, it was Ants from DreamWorks and
I
A
was thinking
Bug's
about that.
Life from
Yeah.
Pixar
Yeah.
were, you know,
Yeah.
derivative. I think Ants was derivative of A Bug's Life. But anyway,
I think that was more Katzenberg
it was Jeffrey
had a hand in
Katzenberg. Yeah,
there.
yeah,
More than coincidence, I would say.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
But yeah. Anyway, you're doing amazing.
Oh,
You saved your life, Lance. You're two away from the 32,000, which is the next
yeah.
benchmark, and the double dip lifeline.
Okay.
Let's try to get you there at least. 20,000
Yeah.
points. What is the twist in the animated 2019 Warner Animation Group film The Lego Movie 2, the second part? Is it A, the entire film takes place in a dream that the Lego inventor Ole Kirk Christensen is having? B, does it Queen Whatever Wannabe is actually Lord Business in disguise? C, is Batman was a robot created by Superman so that he could have someone to make fun of? Or D, Rex Dangervest is actually Emmett Burkowski from the future?
Oh, I saw this movie
Okay,
and um I don't remember what the twist was.
no worries.
I
You have lifelines.
remember more the twist from the original Lego movie. Uh, but um, this one, I don't. Yeah, I just don't remember. I'm wondering about uh, asking the
The expert.
expert, but I know that you know. I mean, I know he's current films, but I don't know if stuff from Warner Animation Group, is in his wheelhouse. But this movie was good enough and popular enough that maybe he would know. What's my other lifeline too? I know I've got three.
That's it right now because you have
Oh,
two
that's
Ask the
right.
Experts. Yeah.
I have. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. There are two Ask the Experts. Gotcha.
Correct. Yeah. One of them would have been
Oh,
phone a
because
friend
one
if
have
you
been phone a
had, yeah.
friend, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
If you
Okay.
had one to phone, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Brain cramp. So, um,
It's a long day.
right. Uh,
Take your time. And like you said, we have Sean City as your expert.
yeah,
You get this right to keep going. You get it wrong. That's another game.
yeah, exactly. I really want to make it to 32,000 if I could. I mean, I'm leaning towards A, but I don't think it was D, and I don't remember. how big of a role Batman had in this film. I mean, I know that Batman has his own, you know, Lego movie, and Superman and Batman probably were in this one, but again, it's one of those I saw it one time,
Yeah.
and I just remember I better ask an expert here, Ibrahim.
Hey, that's what he's for.
See
So you
if
wanna
he
you
can
wanna
see if he
ask?
can help me get up one more level, one more.
Okay, we're gonna ask Sean, and
Okay.
hopefully he knows this one and will help you. He said, and then I saw a way to undo all the unbearable pain I'd experienced in one convoluted move called time travel. Sorry, Doc, and I need your DeLorean and Bill Ted, your phone booth, Doctor Who's TARDIS, H.G. Wells' bicycle thing, whatever Skynet's been using, and this hot tub. Sorry, couldn't resist quoting one of my favorite lines from the film. The answer is 100% D.
Okay.
Rex is the future.
Well,
Damn it.
thank goodness for Sean, because I was here. I was like, oh, it's A. I mean, again, just being clueless. Well, I'm going to go with Sean's expert advice and go with D. And D, and know that I need to rewatch this movie.
That your final answer.
D final answer.
Okay. This one you were not sure of. You asked
Oh
Sean. He was
gosh,
100% sure of
was
D. Is he
far
right?
away from it.
If you get it right, you keep going. If you get it wrong, that's the end of the game. Your answer is correct.
Ugh.
I'm so
Thank you,
glad you asked Sean.
Sean. Thank you,
Yes.
Sean.
Yes, so that is the gist. Rex Dangervest
Oh
was
yeah.
Emmett in the
Okay.
future. I think he got kicked underneath some furniture or something, and they forgot about him, and then he just
That's
became like broody and all that.
right.
And he made a time machine to go back and like stop it from happening or something. I forget the exact details. It
Okay,
it
just seeing
was a
the
while.
visual, like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's yeah.
because remember Chris Pratt voices both of the characters
Both
too.
characters,
Yeah.
right? Or both versions of it,
And Rex
And then
Dangervest is it's like all of Chris Pratt's characters together, like his famous ones like his character in Jurassic World, Guardians of the Galaxy, and whatever else he was doing at the time. So
oh, that's great. Chris
so
Pratt,
anyway,
he does a
Chris Pratt.
lot. He's like killing it
Yeah.
with the animation vocals.
I mean Lego Movie,
Yeah.
Onward, Garfield,
He's gonna be
Mario.
Garfield. Yeah,
What else? What else is left now?
I know. He's
But
doing it all.
he's doing it all. Anyway, Stanford, I'm glad you got that question right.
Ah, I know. So just so I can get one more. The goal is to get to 32,000, Ibrahim. Let's see how I do.
You only have
Remember,
one more lifeline, which is one more
I'm
Sean.
grateful for one more lifeline. Holy cow.
But again, if you get the next one right, you will get the double dip lifeline,
Okay.
and you will
Okay.
have 32,000 no matter what. So let's see it.
Okay.
32,000 points. Who voices Babe the Dragon CEO in the animated 2022 Skydance animation film Luck? Was it Candice Bergen, Sigourney Weaver, Jane Fonda, or Susan Sarandon?
You know, I think it was Jane Fonda. But I know if I'm not mistaken, Jane Fonda was a voice in that film. And um don't think it was Candice Bergen, the or Sigourney Weaver. I mean, or Susan Sarandon. I think I just believe it was Jane Fonda, just because I remember thinking it was such an unconventional choice, but that she did quite a good job. Not that Jane Fonda's ever, a bad actress or anything. It was just, you just don't picture doing that type of a film. So it was kind of just like this very surprising casting. I um I mean, Sigourney Weaver. I mean, I would think that, I mean, my I just don't remember Sigourney. I mean, if Sigourney Weaver was a voice in it, I just don't think she was playing that CEO. Well, I don't want to blow it. I don't also I kind of want to save my ask an expert though. So if I do progress, or if I'm just gonna, get knocked down to 1,000, um, I'm gonna go with C. Jane Fonda, final answer, and
Okay.
take my chance. And if I've blown it, I've blown it, but I'm gonna try.
All right, yeah, 100% sure, but you're heavily leaning towards Jane Fonda. You said you could have
Uh,
asked Sean, but you said just keep it. If you get this right, you keep going. If you get it wrong, that's the end of the game. Did Jane Fonda voice Babe the Dragon CEO in Luck? Stanford, your answer is correct.
oh, wow. I
Congratulations.
was so scared. That one, I just, it was, oh, okay.
You
Was
have
Sigourney Weaver voice anybody in that film?
none of
I
that
don't
film,
think
no.
so.
No.
None of
Jane
the other
Fonda
ones did,
of the
right?
four actresses, only Jane Fonda was in that
Only
film.
Jane Fonda.
I think
Okay.
this is Jane Fonda's
Whew.
first animated like voice
Yeah.
role, actually, I think.
First voice,
Like
yeah,
in like
animation.
after 80
Yeah.
something years.
That's what I remember. Again, just reading some of the press for it or just seeing some of the interviews, just like, yeah, Jane Fonda.
And then she voiced the grandmother in the DreamWorks film Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken.
Oh, that's
So
right.
yeah. So she
Okay.
did two of them back to back.
Maybe this is gonna bite me. We'll see what other questions we have. But I didn't see Ruby Gillman, teenage whatever. Did you see
Teenage
it?
Kraken. I did. I know our mutual friend Rachel loves that film,
Rachel
and
loves it.
defends
Yeah.
it. I sadly I'm with the majority. I did not enjoy it at
Okay.
all.
I
I
didn't
thought it
see
was
it.
pretty
It
bad.
didn't look interesting to me, but
Yeah, yeah. It.
yeah, I know
I
Rachel
think you
loves
have to
it.
see it for yourself, but I go with the majority of people, and I didn't
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Wasn't
Like that movie didn't even have like any. I feel they didn't even announce that movie. Like I would like while it was being made. I heard of it like I guess a week or two before it came to. I don't even remember if it came to theaters or if it went straight to streaming, but
yeah.
it was like DreamWorks was like trying to get it out of the way and hurry up with it, which was
Right.
odd. So
Yeah, I just remember just like came out of nowhere.
yeah, it
Like
came out.
what?
That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, it's just like, what's this movie?
What's this
It's
movie?
like,
DreamWorks has been working on a film, and I
yeah.
don't know what is this. Let's Stanford, you have 32,000 no matter what, so you could sigh a sigh of relief, and you have
Okay.
two lifelines. You still have the last Sean, and you have the double dip, which gives you two
Okay.
chances at answering a question.
Okay.
Okay,
Whew.
so now the goal is to get to the million.
Yeah,
Let's see if we
well,
can get you there.
yeah. I mean, if I'm lucky, right? And then remind me, if I were to walk away, like, does it drop back down to 32,000 or do I walk away like wherever I am?
Wherever you are. So let's say it's the 250,000 point question, and you're
Yeah.
walking away. You'll walk away with
Okay.
125,000.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Say,
If
I'm
you get
rusty.
if you get the question wrong, then you leave with 32,000.
That's right.
So
Okay.
so
Thank you.
that's the pro pro of walking away versus the con.
Yeah. Right.
So
Okay.
anyway, let's keep going. 64,000 points.
Okay.
What happens when you're attacked by the Droon in the animated 2021 Disney canon film Raya and the Last Dragon? You lose your strength. You turn to stone. You lose your ability to speak. You evaporate.
So I did see Ryan the Last Dragon.
Two dragon questions back to
Yeah.
back.
Um, I believe it's answers B as in Bravo and D as in Delta. That you either turn to stone or you evaporate. It just seems to me uh that you turn to stone. But then I'm just trying to remember what happens to some of these some of these characters. And this is also one of those. Maybe I saw this one twice, but it was on Disney Plus. I never saw it I don't think I ever
And theaters.
it
Yeah.
did play in theaters, didn't it? Maybe I did see it in the theater, but it seems like I just
I
saw it
can't remember if it
on
did.
Disney Plus again, just because right there in the heart of the pandemic.
Hmm.
Um uh I probably am going to um need to uh, ask the expert on this
Okay,
one.
okay, you want to ask Sean?
My guess, I mean, I'm leaning towards B, you turn to stone, but oh, again, I wish I could remember.
No worries. That's what he's there for. So confirm you want to
Okay.
ask Sean. You want to ask Sean, correct?
Yes, please. Let's ask Sean. Thank you. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So this is your last expert for the game. But I asked
Yeah,
Sean this
yeah.
question. He said, turned to stone, 100% confident.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad I wasn't like completely up in the night on that. I'm gonna go with B. You turn to stone. Final answer.
Okay, you're leaning towards that. Sean also said 100%. That
Yeah,
correct?
with Sean being so confident about it, he maybe it's
Your answer is correct.
okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I
I
guess someone could make the argument that my other choice is you lose your strength and you lose ability to speak. Technically, that also applies because when you turn to stone, you lose your
yeah, you
strength.
you the
but
same.
but I feel everyone knows what I meant. So
Yeah, no, exactly. I thought no, I thought the answers were
yeah,
perfectly legit.
but
I just and I remember this
yeah.
scene, like when her dad turns to stone,
Mhm.
but I just couldn't remember to like at some point do they evaporate? Say it's one of
Mhm.
I just have to watch again. But hey, happy to be at this point, and we'll see how I do what this next question brings.
Yeah, this is a movie I've seen only twice too, I think. But I think I like this more than the average person because I even liked it more the second time than I did the first time.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it. I remember thinking it was a beautiful film, you know.
Hmm.
But clearly I don't remember all the details.
Hey, you enough to get to the 64,000. So
Okay.
you only have one more lifeline left, the double dip. Again, that gives you two chances at answering a question. So let's see
Yeah.
if that's enough to get to the million. 125,000. Let's go. What type of animal is the title character of the animated 1976 Hanna-Barbera television series Jabberjaw? Is he a gorilla, an alligator, a hippo, or a shark?
So, I loved these as a kid, and for sure he's not a gorilla because that's McGill a gorilla. Um, if there was an alligator character, I'm not remembering what it was. Hippo was probably again another character. I believe that Jabberjaw was a shark. So I am again going to risk it because if I miss this, then I drop down to 32,000, right?
Correct.
Um, I still am gonna you know what you got to go for it sometimes, right? So I'm gonna say D shark final answer and keeping my fingers crossed, or again I can't look.
Well, you're leaning towards Jabberjaw being the shark, and we know you're pretty good with your Hanna-Barbera shows. Is that correct? Your answer is correct.
Woo, woo,
Congratulations.
thank you.
So I've never
Scary.
seen,
Yeah,
I never watched this show particularly, but in some of the more recent Hanna-Barbera shows, they brought Jabberjaw back as like a cameo character. Like I think in
yes,
Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc., they have him in one or two episodes, and
yeah.
I think even Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. I could be wrong about that one, but I know Mystery Inc. definitely had him.
And it seems like Jabberjaw had the ability, like, can he like hang out on land too? He's not
I
always
think so because
does that
he
feel
was
like
on.
underwater? Right? I don't know. You can walk on that fin. It seems like I don't, anyway.
Yeah, I think the sh
I'm just glad that I, remembered that
Yeah,
image.
that was good. That was good.
So
Good memory. I think Jabberjaw only had one season, so I guess it has a cult following, maybe. So
yeah, short-lived show. Yeah.
yeah,
And as you said, maybe some of these little cameo things are what I'm remembering too.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Okay, Stanford, you played
Ooh,
it. You played it risky, but that's good because you still have that last double dip. So let's keep
okay.
going. 250,000. How much money did Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope von Schweetz buy the steering wheel for on eBay in the animated 2018 Disney canon film Ralph Breaks the Internet? Was it $555, $9,099, $27,001, or $100,000?
Ah, I've seen this movie and I love this movie. Oh, darn it.
Huh?
I remember it being I mean, like the whole thing was just kind of for a gag, wasn't it? They were uh I don't think it was for 100,000. Maybe it was. Um,
You have your double dip, don't forget.
that's right. Which I'm probably gonna have to use. Um, and I just can't remember necessarily. I mean, maybe I'm off if there was some kind of a gag uh with the amount. Um, because just $100,000 just seems too neat, too they were doing something crazy. Because I'm leaning towards the $9,099 or the 27,001. Um, well, I guess I'm gonna go for the double dip.
Okay.
Uh, so
So just a reminder,
just
when you use a double dip, you guess an answer. If it's right, you keep going. If it's wrong, you get another chance to guess again.
okay,
If the second time you're right, you keep going. If not,
okay,
then that's the end of the game.
okay. Uh oh boy, I don't want to stop here. I think I want to keep trying. So I'm gonna go with C 27,001 final answer with the possibility of doing a double dip.
So just to clarify, you're declaring you're using double dip now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna well, yeah, because so
Yeah,
and
you
if
have to
I
declare
get it
it
right,
first.
I
Mhm.
could use it again. Is
No,
that
if you get it
right,
right,
Aaron?
that's a
I
you have
still
to
if I get it right, the double dip's gone.
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to declare using double dip before you
Okay.
guess your
Gotcha. Thank
answers.
you. Okay.
Mhm.
And you're helping refresh my memory with these
Yeah.
answers or with the rules.
Yeah.
Um, I am going to use double dip,
Okay.
and I'm going to say C 27,001.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Okay,
My
using
first
double
one.
dip, which means you get two chances. Your first guess is 27,001. If you get it right, you keep going. If you get it wrong, you'll get a second chance. Your answer is correct. Good job. It was
Oh,
$27,001. So your double dip is gone, but at least hey, you had better than, not using it.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the joke was like they thought the point of the game is to keep saying a bigger number. And I think they
Yes.
got to 27,000, and then I think one of them said 27,001.
And that's what
And
made it
yeah,
how they won the bid, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't quite understand the concept of
Yes.
payments.
Because I remember it was an extravagant amount of money, but
Yeah,
not it couldn't it just wasn't neat like like it was
yeah,
like 100,000 or the
mhm,
555.
yeah.
So yeah.
And then at this scene, this is when they're going to checkout, and she's the checkout lady, and she asks him for his credit card number. He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, one." It's like, well, she's like, "One? No, 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 no. One was I thinking two."
Yes, exactly.
So I'm a guy. I'm in the minority. I actually don't like Ralph Breaks the Internet. I know most people do, but I'm not that fan of it. I feel the message of the film is very anti what the message was in Wreck-It Ralph. I feel Wreck-It Ralph, the message was, Vanellope learned to, I don't want to say accept her place in, Sugar Rush, but she learned that, she's important there that she has a role to play. Then Wreck-It Ralph learned that, okay, he has a role to play in his game. In the sequel, Penelope decides, oh, I want to be in this racing game instead. This death, I forget what it was called, death something.
Right.
But
Yeah.
and it seems to just like go anti what the message was in the first film, and I didn't really get the whole message with Ralph either becoming like a overprotective friend or something. Like maybe it wasn't meant for me this movie, but it just kind of went over my head.
Yeah. No, I appreciate what you're saying.
Hmm.
I I'm not sure I love the messages of it
Hmm.
much as I thought that the representation of the internet was really clever. Uh
Yeah, the this
and
this broke the internet pretty much.
so some of that stuff I thought was really enjoyable, but yeah, maybe not necessarily the best the
It's
best.
definitely a dated movie that in the future you look back, you're like, oh yeah, this is definitely made in
Oh yeah, I
2018.
definitely I think that's a risk they took with it too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a timeless classic by any means. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Stanford, use your last lifeline, but you're two away from the million. If you
Yeah.
you could still there's still a chance that you could get it right and keep going.
Oh,
500,000. Let's go. No lifelines. Which of the following Shakespearean characters does not appear as a character in any episode of the animated Disney television series Gargoyles from 1994 1997? Which does not appear? Macbeth, Oberon, the Weird Sisters, or Hamlet? Just to clarify, I'm saying these characters have the same names and
they
and
were all
origins
named
of the
after,
Shakespearean characters doesn't necessarily mean that they're exactly the same as the Shakespearean
right,
characters.
right. They were named after, um, you
I know you've
know,
seen some gargoyles in your
I
life.
have,
You're done.
yeah. Uh, and I thought Gargoyles was a pretty cool show, but it's also one that I'm really rusty on.
Mhm.
Uh, and I don't know. I don't know these answers for certain. I mean, my uneducated guess would be to say C, the Weird Sisters, just because I don't remember, you know, that. But that also
Mhm.
doesn't mean that they weren't part of, that there was an episode that they were
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of the show,
Mhm.
So I sadly am going to walk away with my 250,000 points because I just don't want to risk it because I just um honestly I don't I mean again as I said I would probably guess C the Weir Sisters but I don't feel confident enough I don't want to drop any further.
Understandable. Is that a
But
final
yeah,
answer?
I'm
You're
walking
walking away?
away. Final answer, walk away.
Congratulations, Stanford. You did amazing. You got the 500,000 points, which is an amazing feat. And yeah, like I said, you're leaving with a big chunk of money too. Well, not money, points. I don't have money. 250,000 points.
That's a
So
good, yeah. Say
yeah,
hopefully it might get me in another round, but this
correct.
is super
Again,
fun.
again, if
That's
no
super
one gets the million, the top five of you will come back for a second round. And if that's so, 250,000 is a good number to have to come back. So I'll keep you
yeah.
updated, of course.
I
Oh yeah,
wish it could
so
have been 500,000, but
hey, it's still a lot to be proud of. So just for fun, if you're gonna take a guess, what do you say? C?
I'd say C the Weird Sisters, but again, it is such a guess. It is
Yeah.
such a guess. I
If you told me C, the Weird Sisters final answer, you'd have 32,000. I was
Yeah,
wrong. Yeah.
exactly. So I was really worried.
It was actually Hamlet. There's no Hamlet in the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Macbeth
Yeah.
exists. Macbeth is like a gargoyle hunter from t 1000 AD of Scotland, but some I forget what happens, but he lives up until the present day in the 90s through some spell or something. And the Weird
Yeah.
Sisters, they appear as they're actually pretty important. They do a lot of like trickery with the gargoyles and Macbeth and the other things. And
Yeah. So see,
Oberon is also he has like his own island and whatnot. But there's
I'm so rusty with it. I'm so rusty. Yeah. So I did not dare.
no worries. It's
And I wonder, again, I'm so grateful for the Ask an Expert. I wonder how he would have done with this question too,
I
given,
think actually Sean didn't know this one either. So
yeah.
that was no one knew it except me because I wrote it.
Yeah, I'm so very sorry for you. So anyway, I feel good that I didn't take the risk on that one.
I'm glad you didn't too, because
But
you left with 32,000, which again is
yeah,
possible you could come back, but 250 is definitely a bigger possibility.
yeah.
Stanford, I want to thank you so much for coming on. It's always
Thank
fun to play with
you.
you, and I love
So much
having
fun.
this
Thank
doing
you.
this.
Always great to see you. And you always do such a nice job with this.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
And before we go, is there anything else you want to say, or how can people find you and your what do you do?
Well, so probably the best way to find me is moviespastandpresent.com. I also have an Instagram at moviespap, which is PAP as in past and present. And I also would be remiss uh to say it's always an honor. I've been a guest host for many years with our mutual friend Rachel Wagner on a Talking Disney show, and I'm so excited we get to talk to you soon about Disney canon
Looking
ranking.
forward to
That's going
that.
to
That
be
should be
so much
fun.
fun.
Mhm.
So Rachel's such a great animation fan and so knowledgeable. So that's always really fun to talk with her. So that's the her Talking Disney podcast, which you can find on her Rachel's Review channel.
And I'll
Rachel
definitely
Review
put
channel.
and I'll definitely post links to that below.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks, Stanford, and anyone
Thank
else
you.
watching. This has been our second episode. No one's got to the million yet, but we still have 8 more contestants to go. Will one of them get to the million? Who knows? Keep watching. Until then, stay tuned. Take care. Bye.